Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to this weight loss and wellness update for May 2025 following Dr. McDougall's maximum weight loss and the starch solution. And it has definitely been a minute since you've heard that intro on my channel. I was like, it has been a long time since I've done any sort of weight loss update. And then when I looked back, I realized it was July 2024, right after Dr. McDougall passed away. But first, an OOTD in honor of Dr. McDougall. We got the real potatoes real fast. And I'm sure he was not a big fan of powdered instant potatoes. Neither am I. I don't actually buy these, but this shirt was $1 at Goodwill, so it ended up in my cart. But enough about my bargain shopping. Back to the weight loss update, which, spoiler alert, I have not lost any weight in the last basically 2 years. I haven't gained any weight either. So how wonderful is that? I've definitely had some fluctuations. I am definitely sitting between 125 and 130 basically every time I get on the scale. I have had a couple times where I have felt a little bit heavier than that and I just don't get on the scale. I do a good healthy maximum weight loss meal prep, and you know, you can generally tell by how your clothes are fitting. Like, when I look back at some of those times of my life where I've had shocking weight gains, it's like I knew what was happening. Like I knew what was going on. And I've talked about this before, like when you really take a look at how your mental health is doing during some of these periods of time, that has really been the most eye-opening thing to me. And I mean, it sounds kind of silly when I say it now, like duh, if you're feeling like sad and depressed, you're probably not taking care of yourself and eating as well. But I covered up so many of those emotions with alcohol that I let alcohol be to blame for the depression and the sadness and the weight gain, when underneath it all there was mental health stuff that was going on that was leading me to drink to cope with it. And it's like, it's all this big cycle of mental health and physical health. And that has been like the biggest light bulb for me over the last 2 years. So my starch solution journey started 5 years ago. And I would say those first 3 years, it was about losing weight. And almost every month I was coming onto my YouTube channel with an update and progress pictures, and I was just so happy to finally figure out the healthiest diet on the planet, and just like so grateful for Dr. McDougall and the way he presents his information, because it wasn't like I hadn't heard a lot of this plant-based diet information previously, but the way Dr. McDougall presented it made it click. There was something else about the way when I read the Starch Solution book, which I started in like July of 2020, and heard that Dr. McDougall was from Detroit and that he lived in Hawaii, and I was just like feeling all these connections to him of like this Midwest Michigan man. And even though I didn't get to meet Dr. McDougall in person, I feel this connection to him, to his messaging through all of his books and videos. And it's something that I can only hope to like be that impactful, you know, to be able to share his message in a way that can maybe connect with other people who have dieted for decades, especially us millennial women growing up in the 80s and 90s, and like being in my 40s now and really seeing how dieting is a trend, how body types get to be a trend. It's just, wow. I'm starting to see this super skinny kind of 90s model look coming back in style, and it's like, that's not a natural body shape for most of us. I mean, we all have different body shapes, and we all have different areas that are going to carry weight a little bit more than others. And we can't all have the same body. Bodies can't be in style and in trend. It's like, it's so frustrating. And so if I can be any voice of reason to women my age, or of any age really, but just to be a little bit more accepting of our bodies and not trying to follow the trends. And I know it's hard. I still talk about in my videos about my belly being my biggest insecurity. Like, I didn't want to wear this tight t-shirt for this video because of the way it was making me feel about my belly. But I wanted to wear the potato shirt. So I had to decide what was more important, the potato message or feeling insecure that I was going to get a roll when I was sitting down. I chose to wear the shirt. So while I don't have big weight loss numbers to share today, I think sharing weight loss maintenance through the Starch solution is still pretty exciting, especially when you spent decades dieting like me and just trying to find that way to eat and live that doesn't have you obsessed with calorie counting and what your next meal is going to be. Just figuring out the healthiest diet on the planet. It has freed up so much space in my brain. And I don't know if I've phrased it exactly like this, but the word is hyper-focus. I was so hyper-focused on weight loss and dieting and what my body looked like for decades, every year of my life, every phase of my life, every summer in between every grade of school, literally. Definitely the summer between 3rd and 4th grade. I can't say about summers before that, but I know that that summer was definitely one where I was like, I'm gonna get skinny this summer and I'm gonna go into 4th grade and be like one of the skinny cool girls. Like, this is the year. And then it was every dang summer infinity. So it wasn't until the hyper focus took off of my physical appearance and my calorie counting and diets that I started looking at my mental health and going deeper into some of these things and realizing so many things that were just coping mechanisms. Like, if you have a neurodivergent brain, you might struggle with boredom. And if you struggle with boredom and you're a kid and you can't really entertain yourself, you might turn to food. And so this is where I've gotten to the point that actually the best thing I ever did for my mental health was to quit obsessing about my body, to like lose enough weight so that it stopped becoming the constant obsession all day long. And then I started thinking about other things. I hope you can tell by my attitude that I'm doing pretty good mentally. Not totally good. I mean, millennial midlife crisis is still in full swing. I'm still trying to figure out how to survive currently in the world. I have started a new part-time job out here in Vegas, which is basically a dream job. Dream coworkers, like everything, but it's only part-time. I think I need a whole nother millennial midlife crisis part 2 at 42 to get into all that, because I mean, you know. So I decided at the beginning of May, in addition to celebrating Mental Health Awareness Month, I would also be celebrating Maximum Weight Loss Month and trying to focus more on some meal preps and recipes and what I eat in a day type of videos, and just talking more about Dr. McDougall's message, because some of this crap, for lack of a better word, that I am seeing right now in regards to diet has just got me screaming into my mashed potatoes. And as I've said in the last few weight loss videos I have done, I wouldn't mind dropping another 5 or 10 pounds, but I'm not obsessing about it. I haven't really tried that hard in the last 2 years. I've had a couple little motivations of like, oh, I'm getting back on track, but it just kind of peters out. So maybe this summer we'll try a little bit harder, but mental health is always going to come first over weight loss. Personally, growing up in the 90s, like, I feel like there was a lot of stigma around therapy and mental health and all this kind of stuff. I think the Gen Z kids are a lot more open and better about getting help earlier. I struggled for decades. And it wasn't just with my weight, and it wasn't just with alcohol, which was my coping mechanism. Like, I never felt addicted like that to alcohol. I was addicted to the coping tool that it was for me. The same way food was a coping tool before I ever took a drop of alcohol, you know? And that will wrap up this weight loss wellness update for May of 2025. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel to watch this video. Until next time, be lazy and be well. Hey, how's it go? Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. 2025. Oh, that was a hair. Anyway, I have not gained effortlessly. So my starch solution journey, 90s model trend coming back into trend. So while my weight loss, I think I am excited for the maintenance. Effortlessness. So my mental health. So I decided that, I'm gonna cut that. Why do I ramble? Why?